that when you were born, you already went through a death. When you were born, you had to die to something. You had lived in the womb of your mother for 9 months. And that was the type of life you had come to know. And you felt secure in the womb of your mother. But then after 9 months, the time came for you to be born. And you had to leave the womb and enter this world. You had to go through a death. You had to die to life in the womb to experience life out of the womb. So in a sense, every newborn baby has already experienced a death. And we know that they cry as they leave the womb. They don't want to leave the safety of the womb. So in a sense, to be born, we had to die. And then that newborn baby, already in its early days, has to let go as it advances. The first day arrives, the first day of life, a newborn baby. And then night comes, and that first day is gone. And then the second day, already letting go of life. The time is passing. So the baby is losing something as it's gaining and growing. But little children don't think about time passing. They don't think about life passing away because they're so young. And they feel they have so much life out ahead of them. But the truth is, life is passing away for everyone. Time is passing by. We're all losing something as we're gaining. The child grows, develops, increases, but at the same time is losing. And that's the story of life. We increase while we decrease. We gain while we lose. But then as we get older, we begin to notice it. And maybe we become concerned about it. We reach the age of 30, and some of us might feel a little sad. Our 20s are gone. Then we reach the age of 40, and then 50. And we really know that life is passing. And so much is behind us. And there's less time ahead of us. It's the story of life. We're constantly losing as we're gaining. We're decreasing as we're increasing. And in the Gospel of today's Mass, we have that great saint, John the Baptist. He was the one who prepared the way for Jesus to arrive. He had a great following. Many people came to listen to his words. But then Jesus arrived. And John knew then that he must decrease. John disappeared into the background. He said, Jesus must increase while I decrease. John understood the importance of decreasing, of becoming less, so that Christ would become more. What a beautiful lesson to learn from John. But we live in a world that doesn't want to decrease. People don't like to decrease. They like to increase. We live in a world that promotes the increase. We want to impress. We want to lead. We want to be noticed. We don't want to be lost in the background. But somehow, as we go through life, we do decrease. As we get older, we notice that we are decreasing. But it's all very important. It's all very necessary. Because we're preparing for something greater. When Jesus comes to us in the Eucharist, when you receive him in Holy Communion, in a sense, he decreases as he comes to you, so that you might increase. He wants us all to increase with his life. And that's the only increase that really stays and doesn't die. Jesus wants to fill us with himself. He wants to fill us with his life. He wants us to come to know that life, and to live with that life, and to go through the work, to go through each day with that life. And that is the spiritual journey, living with the life of Christ. We all go through life, and we experience all kinds of disappointments. We have our good days, we have our difficult days. We have our joys, we have our sorrows. We all experience pain. We all know what it's like to lose a loved one in death, to lose a friend in death. We deal with sickness, a sick friend, a sick parent. So we go through life experiencing the sorrows as we experience the joys. It's the way it works. Nobody is free of sorrow. Nobody is free of some pain. As we're celebrating a beautiful moment, we're aware that maybe somebody down the street is very sad. It's the story of life. We experience that increase within us, the sense that we're losing. But it's all in preparation for something greater. Christ wants to fill the emptiness within us with himself. And that's the Christian journey. That's the Catholic journey. Christ wanting to come into us, to fill us with himself, to have us increase in a way that will never die. We're now in the season of Advent, and every Sunday we're preparing for Christmas. All the meetings have to do with the preparation for Christmas. We read a lot about John the Baptist, but he was the one who understood the importance of decreasing. He welcomed the fact that he was decreasing because he knew Christ was increasing. And we should welcome the decrease in our life. The pain, the sorrow, everything has a purpose. Every setback has a purpose. That's the Christian journey. Nothing is wasted. God is using everything. We're preparing for the coming of Jesus at Christmas, but we're preparing for a deeper coming. And that's for the expansion of Jesus within us. He comes to us each time in the Eucharist, with each Holy Communion. But he's forever coming to us, and he's forever desiring greater space within us, so that he can expand to the fullness of who he is. Because the truth is, we're not going to live on this earth forever. A time will come when we will move on. But we're created for something much greater. We're created for the fullness of life, which comes from Jesus himself. And that is the Christian journey. It's the greatest journey of all. Somebody loves us dearly, and that is Jesus Christ. And he wants to fill us with the fullness of himself.